Man, fucking long day of nonsense. I need to chill out and watch a bad movie or something, which I think I actually like more than good movies at this point. Certainly, they're always there for me. I guess that's a problem, but whatever. Why? How's that a problem? Because that's all I ever feel like watching after a long day of work, which is almost all the days. Just sitting back and watching some dumb movies. I don't really see an issue with it. Oh, yeah? I get that you're supposed to feel that way, but you don't have to. Yeah, I guess because of society or something like that. No, the reason you're supposed to feel bad for liking something that is considered bad or is in bad taste goes back to the art world in the 1950s. And when camp, the idea and the term, was introduced, many in the art world disregarded it, both because they thought it was an attempt by the gays to ruin the art world, and also because obviously from the first one they were very homophobic. Since the previous art movement at the time was this hyper-masculine straight guy thing with abstraction from people like Jackson Pollock, they outright rejected it. Oh, whoa, that kind of makes me only want to watch bad movies now. But what does camp have to do with bad movies? Well, camp, or the idea of camp, is like having good taste in bad taste. Or like what Susan Sontag said in her essay Notes on Camp, the whole point of camp is to dethrone the serious. Camp is playful, anti-serious. More precisely, camp involves a new, more complex relationship to the serious. One can be serious about the frivolous, frivolous about the serious. Okay, but what does that have to do with bad movies? When did that come about? When did people start watching bad movies? People have been watching bad movies since there have been movies for the most part. Oh, yeah, right. But the idea of people seeking out bad movies and a kind of conscious worst movie ever or having the worst movies of all time started with the book The Golden Turkey Awards, naming Plan 9 from Outer Space the worst movie of all time in the early 1980s. Man, so critics didn't appreciate how bad it was in the 50s? Yeah, in a way, it was underappreciated in its time. But that just started it. What about all the YouTube videos and podcasts and the real reason people know about bad movies now? Well, okay, the idea of the worst movies and active talk about bad movies mostly existed in books and articles until Mystery Science Theater 3000, which made it more of a thing, mostly because it was fun and also because you actually have to sit through the movies to watch the show. They also helped jumpstart love for one of the most infamous bad movies of all time, Manos: The Hands of Fate, and countless others as well, really, that went on to influence everyone who came from YouTube, like AVGN with Cinemassacre, Red Letter Media, and maybe sort of the Nostalgia Critic. Wow, didn't know that was all relatively recent. So all this started because of that silly book? Well, not really entirely. Wait, what? So, although Plan 9 was named the worst movie of all time in the Golden Turkey Awards book, the Medveds, the authors of the book, who are actually pretty terrible people, didn't pick the movie. They got so many letters from their book they wrote previously to the Golden Turkey Awards about why they didn't put Plan 9 from Outer Space in there. They felt they had to put it in their next book. It was actually dubbed in the book The People's Choice for the worst film of all time. If you look at the history of bad movies, you can't even go to one reason these things happen. It's organic. The room just took off, starting with screenings, and there was this billboard in LA and stuff, really in most people's eyes, taking over the title of worst movie of all time of this current generation. Look, they have over 200 episodes of Mystery Science Theater, and how Manos is the one that gets launched into legendary bad movie status is because of people who can't stop talking about it. So there isn't one because of a person making these movies into what they are, or a marketing team doing it. It just happens, by the people, because they want to tell and show their friends and stuff. Yeah, it's actually very democratic in a very how did this happen sort of way. Whoa, so bad movies are sort of more the people's medium than actual Hollywood movies. Most people don't purposely watch bad movies, but the people that do like bad movies sort of just gravitate to that stuff. Yeah, I guess we sort of like this bullshit. Watching bad movies isn't bad. There's actually a lot of fun in it, and it shows a larger cinematic palette that you're able to understand and contextualize that stuff. Although there have been studies that show a higher intelligence if you like watching bad movies intentionally, I don't think that's the takeaway for being into bad movies. What, you don't? No, it's not. I think bad movies can be a really great gateway into cinema. Maybe even more so than great movies, because you really don't even realize they're doing it. I've seen you watch Mystery Science Theater 3000's episodes, and then you've been more accepting and into older movies because you've actually already seen a bunch of 50s and 70s movies, and you're more accustomed to their older cinematic language, all because you watch them with the bots. Also, all the times you've gotten into Godzilla or monster movies because of AVGN, or even older genre stuff because of Red Letter Media. Maybe the Nostalgia Critic did something too, or whatever. If you really care that much that a movie's bad, it shows a love of movies itself and a yearning to know more. To really laugh at something, you have to sort of understand it. Bad movies might seem like, haha, look at that out of ignorance, but all the best takedowns come from knowing the genre or what that said movie is an example of. To really talk about bad movies, you actually have to know something about movies themselves. Bad movies are a part of the cinematic landscape and are just another entry point. Maybe a silly entry point, but still an entry point nonetheless. Oh, so like a gateway drug of dumb. Yeah, sure, man, but you're also disregarding the traditional narrative of how to enjoy or consume media. And going in that way makes you more aware, because to disregard a traditional narrative doesn't mean you're too stupid to get it or something. It means you know it too well and are bored by it, looking for another way and questioning why a movie or any piece of art or media is good or what it means in the first place. Don't feel bad about watching them or disregard people that do. Look at what's being done with something bad or something subpar and making it into something great or get you into something great. It's always a miracle things get made, but if it takes one of those dumb, stupid miracles to ironically get you to think critically about the movies and media you're consuming, then maybe they're not so bad at all. Damn, so I guess it's fine that I just watch bad movies all the time. Well, yeah, but maybe not like all the time. Okay, maybe I'll watch some good stuff like occasionally so I can just like really get it. Awesome, maybe you won't be such a fucking dumbass all the time too. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I got a bad movie on VHS. I got a bad movie now, don't be depressed. I got a bad movie on VHS. I got a bad movie now, don't be stressed.